Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and we're going to be looking at a new way that I'm going to be storing my knives. I actually came across this particular case in some fellow YouTubers' videos, one of those being Cutlery Lover. I know he posted a video a couple months back on this exact case. I did watch it back when he posted it, but then it was actually referred to me again today. YouTube decided that I wanted to watch it again today, so I watched it again, and I said, let me go ahead and pick one up so I can store my knives. Now, as of now, and as of for the past couple of years, I've been storing all of my knives in a Spyderco Spider Pack or Spider Roll. I can't remember what it's called. It's basically a tool roll that's designed by Spyderco so you can fit all your knives. I had the large version, and that was great because it fit quite a few knives. I think 30 or 35 knives. But I found that I was running out of space and I was doubling up on some of the knives. I know, cringeworthy, some of them were getting scratched up. But also, when I completely ran out of space, I was leaving my knives here and there all over the place. So I wanted somewhere where I can store my knives nice and neat and in one central location. So again, this particular case definitely serves that purpose. So let me go ahead and show you guys the front of the case here. This is, it's called the Apache case, and it says Rugged Mobility. And this particular one is the 3800 model. It does come in a couple different models, so larger cases or smaller cases, depending on what you need. And these are actually available through Harbor Freight. Now, from looking at it, obviously you guys can tell that this is a Pelican case clone. It's a rip-off of the Pelican case. Now, obviously, if you have really expensive knives or you're traveling with your knives in an airplane or, where they can get banged up or anything like that, then go with a Pelican case. If you want the ultimate protection, definitely go with a Pelican case. But if you're using this case to store your knives at home, kind of like I am, and they never leave your house or they're in your car and they're always safe and you don't have to worry about them getting banged up or anything like that, then go with something like this. I mean, this particular case, this is again the 3800 model, is $36.99 at Harbor Freight. Again, you really can't beat that price. If you were to get a Pelican case, it'll definitely go over $100, this same size. Now, this is the size that I saw a lot of the YouTube videos the knife people were using for their knives. Again, they have smaller ones and they have larger ones. Now, I was going to go with the larger one, but the larger one, the case itself without the knives in it, was a little bit heavier. So I decided to go with this one, and I think it definitely worked out great. Now, a couple other things on the case itself. Again, it's nice and rugged, it's very sturdy, and then it has on the sides right here the areas where you can actually attach locks to them. So if you want to lock it up, maybe you have kids or you don't want anybody to get into it, you can go ahead and put some locks on it and you're good to go. Nice sturdy handle, and then you do have the pressure release valve right there, so it makes it a little bit more airtight, which is nice. So you have the two clasps right here in the front, and then as you open it up, there is not all my knives, but the majority of my knives. Now, like I mentioned, I saw a couple videos and I was looking at the way that they were laying out the knives in their cases, and I decided to go with this particular layout. Now, this layout actually allows me to have in there 68 knives, which is quite a few knives, which is awesome. So it's, again, the majority of my anywhere from 3 to 4 inch blade knives, a couple smaller ones, but for the most part, it's anywhere from 3 to 4 inches. The blade knives, they would be able to fit in there, which is really awesome. So just so you guys can see for size reference, probably the smallest one would be right here, or the shortest one, I should say. This is a County from James brand, and again, this one kind of sits flushed right in there. And then the tallest one would probably be this one right here. This is a Spyderco Military with the serrated edge. If you guys are familiar with this knife, it's, the size, that's the probably tallest knife in there, sticks out about 1.5 inches. Now, the way that this works is there's foam inside of the bottom here. There's actually 3 layers of foam. And the foam comes pre-scored in little squares. So basically all you have to do is you pluck and peel the area that you're going to want the knives to sit in. So again, so like these right here are 2. So it's 2 wide and then 2 deep on the first layer. And then I did the same thing on the second layer, so that way it allows the knife to sit in there. And then I didn't do anything to the bottom layer. The bottom layer, I left it alone, so it acts as a cushion for the knife, so it doesn't go all the way through and it's not touching the plastic of the box, but also it's not in there where I have to kind of dig into it. Now, if you had shorter knives, what you can do is you can just leave the one of the layers or something like that. That way, the knife will actually sit higher. Or if it's a shorter knife, knife, it'll sit higher in the hole. I decided to just do the same all the way around, and then I'll just store my shorter knives somewhere else. But I think this works perfect. Again, I have all the knives in one location. I can see all of them, so if if I'm looking for a particular one, I can just reach in there and grab it. It makes it really easy to store because I just close this up and kind of throw it in a closet or underneath the bed or something like that. The egg crate foam on the top actually supports the knife, so those taller knives in the back, when I close the lid, it actually just kind of sandwiches it in there. They're not going anywhere. So as I move this box around, they're not going to go anywhere. So I think for the most part, if you're looking for a cheap alternative to a Pelican case where you can store all your knives, have them be nice and secure, and then basically plan out the layout yourself, this is a great option. Again, this is the Apache case. This is a 3800 model. This is, kind of right there in the middle, available through Harbor Freight. And again, I think it's a great option to store your knives. So there it is. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.